Hey, this is Brant, Glad Hand Insurance Agency. Another topic I always came across talking to fellow drivers was, why are you doing HotShot? Wouldn't you rather drive a tractor trailer? The answer is absolutely yes. The conveniences of being able to stand up or go have a rack to sleep in, refrigerator, microwave. Who wouldn't want that when you're on the road? However, at the time that I got into the industry, I was a healthcare worker, didn't take the vaccine, and had no experience in driving a truck at all. Went to truck driving school, got my CDL, and I worked for a flatbed company for a short bit while I was waiting to have my trailer built and aging my MC. So I wanted to have my MC for about 90 days to age it to make it a little easier on securing loads in the open market. So, having been a hotshot driver for 3 years, what did I find other than the convenience of driving a tractor trailer? Would I have done it differently? And I like to say yes, but for me, no. Hotshot made the most sense. And the reason for it is this. The market after COVID, after the lockdown, was regressing over the whole time I was in. When I first got in, it was nearly impossible to find a parking place. That's all you were stressed out over. But by the time I exited last November, parking was no longer a big challenge for me. So the industry was shrinking. So the margins are thin. So the rule of thumb for me is that when you're dealing with thinner margins, what are the risks? So basically, you have to look at your fixed costs. The lower your fixed costs in the industry, the more survivability you have in an industry with tighter margins. However, if the industry has wider margins, stronger margins, then after you go through your break-even analysis, and even though you have a large fixed cost, for every unit, every load you do beyond the fixed cost, your margins are exponentially bigger. So in a declining market, in a thin market, margins are thin. I only had a very small or a smaller fixed cost that I had to cover. So the rule I utilized and when I bid my loads in the spot market is, what are my variable costs? It mainly is fuel. Fuel was, you just do some rough numbers in your head. You look at the price of fuel, you know what you're getting. I was getting roughly about nine miles to the gallon, 9.5 on average. A little better on IFTA, but there's some bounce miles in there. But you look at your variable costs, and anything over variable costs will be applied to your fixed costs. And why is that important? You have to figure out what your fixed costs are of the number of the days you ran. I ran 6 days a week and with a 34-hour reset. So I take my fixed costs, your mortgage, your motels, your insurance, your leases, just whatever your fixed cost that you're going to have, and you divide that by the number of days a week that you operate. So I take that number divided by 6. So anything over the variable cost, I'd run. Didn't like it, but trying to get out of Florida, or if you're west of I-35, you're in these markets that are high volume, low reimbursements for mileage. You have to look at it and just realize, what is my variable cost? Anything over variable cost, you apply towards your fixed cost. So technically you run. So as marginal revenue greater than marginal cost, you run the load. You may not like it, but if you don't at least knock down that fixed cost payment some or fully, you have to make it on the other 5 days a week. So even though you may take a little bit of a loss on that day, it makes the other days profitable. So basically that's what it came down to be, is when I looked at my marginal revenue versus marginal cost, my operating cost in the declining market, I didn't have the stress of a huge fixed cost I had to make on a monthly basis. So I can get out and, whatever, once you got your variable cost covered, hopefully you make your fixed cost. But if not, you didn't have to make it over the next few days. So the downside is that if the market return was a stronger market, the margins were better. Once you get to your break-even analysis and you have a higher fixed cost, you're getting more per load, your profits are tremendously bigger. However, in a declining market, in a tight market with a lower fixed cost, you still are surviving. You're not going to make a great killing market in the good times, but you're maybe not taken out during the hard times either. So for me, staying with a hot shot was what I had to end up doing. Would I love to drive tractor trailer? Yeah, who wouldn't? It was when I did it for 3 months for a tractor trailer company. The conveniences were certainly nice, and I moved into my F-350. Yeah, it wasn't so nice, especially in the wintertime. -10, -15 degrees at night in a hot shot. It's not fun. So again, if you get a chance, give me a call. I'd like to talk to you about your owner-operated experience. If you want to start a company, I'm a good resource. I had no background in trucking when I jumped into it. Go to gladhandinsurance.com. Gladhandinsurance.com, like the connectors on the tractor trailer. That's the name of the company. So love to talk to you about insurance, regardless of who you pick for an insurance, direct, captured, or independent agent. The prices are the same. The difference is you get my experience with it. So gladhandinsurance.com. Love to chat with you. Thank you.